Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. My name is Blue. Today I'm going to bring you guys a quick video of Guardian Druid. This is my first week ever playing Guardian Druid, the beginning of BFA, and I am pleasantly surprised. Many of you may know Guardian Druid is considered a simple tank, very easy to use, but it's enjoyable, and I really enjoyed it, and I hope you guys enjoy it. If you are new to Guardian Druid, you will learn a lot from this video, maybe a few understandings that it took me a little bit to understand. So maybe I can give you guys a heads up, kind of a few abilities, a few talents that will really set you guys up to do well in your Mythic dungeons. First of all, the first thing that's really important in Guardian Druid is your stats. The most important stat, and I think your BIS gear, all of your BIS gear, is just whatever is highest on mastery. Okay? Mastery is so important to Guardian Druid, and unfortunately I am lacking a lot of mastery in my kit. So it was a little bit difficult for some of my dungeons, I felt like, especially pulling threat when threat got taken off me. And my health is all right, but I'm fairly well geared, but mastery. So we'll read over mastery. Increases your maximum health. Hello, we're bear. We want that. Very important. And healing received by a percentage. Your healers are going to love you. This is so important. Your health is increased. You receive healing increased. You're going to be kind of squishier, but you have this buffer of health in between. Very important, and your healers don't have to stress because they pop a small heal and you're up. Very, very good. Also, very important, increases your attack power by a certain percentage. What else do we need? We have health, we have healing increased, and we have damage increased. That's all you want. So I'm going to say all of your BIS gear is mastery, anything with a larger amount of mastery. And the things you need to really look out for is your rings. So this expansion, your rings hold the greatest stats. And as you can see, haste versatility, crit, haste. This is why I was struggling a little bit. My mastery is not there. And I noticed that. I noticed that a lot. Something else, a secondary stat, if you guys are really trying to min-max, I would say versatility. Versatility is good. And crit, not so bad. That's really good to be doing a lot of damage to those mobs. You know, to be actually helping out with the damage. So I think crit would come in handy. And it also increases, you know, your threat generation. So nobody will be pulling stuff off you, which is really, really important. Just a heads up for those that, you know, like this is the first week, and as you go through the second week, you're not going to be getting your main stats. Something to look out for. I had trouble with Demon Hunters. Demon Hunters pulled aggro, so make sure to ready your taunts and look out for the mobs that are running away from you. Demon Hunters and Rep Paladins are also doing well right now, and a good Rep Paladin will probably pull aggro off you really well. But if you're under geared, no matter who they are, everybody's going to pull aggro off you, and you will find that. So good luck. Hopefully you guys get some mastery pieces. You get some good mastery rings, unlike me. Next up, let's talk about talents really quickly. Bramble's important. Intimidating Roar, very important cooldown for interrupting mobs. This expansion, interrupts are very, very important in dungeons. I get so aggravated when I'm in groups that individuals are not using their interrupts because it makes things so much easier. And it's lovely having the Guardian Druid because you have so many interrupts. It's beautiful. Makes things really smooth. You can kind of carry the load with you with interrupts. Restoration Affinity. This is one of our passive heals. We have one ability that can heal us. This is a passive heal. Really important. You want it. The only thing else you would go for is the Balance Affinity for the extra range. I did not find the range a problem at all. We have Moonfire. Moonfire's a good amount of damage, you know, that you can pull extra mobs in with that, and you know, swipe them or what is this? Thrash them down, right? Very good. So in that, you don't need the extra AoE. I would go Restoration Affinity, help your healers out a little bit. Typhoon. Typhoon is all you need. Typhoon is really important. Some of these mobs have hard casts, and I say that is they have abilities where they're casting that cannot be interrupted by normal interrupts. we are a little bit different because some mobs that do this, we can Typhoon them. We can movement displace them, and that will actually interrupt them. So that's really important. Galactic Guardian. This makes your gives you a chance to have a proc of your Moonfire that deals a crap ton of damage. Really important. Earth Warden. This is also a passive healing thing. We don't have to worry about any of our rotation. We will be healed passively just by using our rotation, and that's really important. Rend and Tear reduces damage. While in bear form, Thrash also increases your damage dealt. Very important for keeping the threat and helping out kill mobs, and reduces damage taken by the target. 2% per application of Thrash. Very important. Very good. For PvP talents, really you can do anything you want. If you are running in your world quests as a Guardian, just go for anything with damage. So that's Sharpened Claws and Alpha Challenge. There may be some other damagers. I did Overrun. I don't even use it very much, but it's a charge, an extra charge ability, stunning the unit. I have been told, I haven't looked this up myself, I have been told Din Mother, it says boosts allies maximum health by 15%. I heard that actually can be used, it's used on yourself as well. But the thing is, on World Quests, I'm a Guardian Druid. I'm not worried about dying. I'm worried about doing damage. There are some quests that I've gone out and done them with my Guardian Druid that takes me forever to do because I do no damage. Especially the boss ones, the rare spawns. I could be there forever, and it's just like I'm hoping somebody else shows up to help me kill this thing. So you want the extra damage, trust me. Okay, other than that, let's go over the spells really quickly. Guardian Druid's very easy, very simple. 4 spells. You can say you have a 5th, but I'll tell you why. Maul is an energy. You have 2 abilities, I think 3, that generate energy or rage. Sorry, and this uses your rage to do a single target, higher damage attack. Okay. When we're in Mythic Dungeons, we're going to be using our rage for something different. We're going to be using it to protect ourselves, defensives. You're not going to need Maul. Unless there's like one mob up, you're not worrying about him killing you, you don't care, you're not going to take a lot of damage from that one mob, sure, use it. But, it's more of a PvE, do it for your world quest kind of thing. Okay, other than that, Thrash. Thrash is the Guardian Druid's ability, man. That's it. Big AoE damage, and this is you need to think of Thrash as your threat generator, because that's what it is. It really is the one ability that generates all the threat. Okay, you're losing a mob from some demon hunter who's going nuts. Thrash is probably going to be the one that takes that mob back to you. Okay, other than a taunt, of course. So we have Thrash, AoE ability. Our other only AoE ability is our swipe. Okay. Now, when you think of swipe, you need to think of really low damage, but AoE, okay? So in our rotation, depending on how many mobs we're pulling in our rotation, we might not even be using swipe. We might be using different single target abilities, such as Moonfire, which is our single target dot. This is great for generating threat because it's constant damage to some mob that you may be avoiding, such as a caster. Some casters way up in a different area. You throw your taunt out, you throw your Moonfire. That Moonfire might help keep that aggro that you really aren't even damaging with. So you need something to keep aggro. Very good. Also, if you want to increase your damage, you want to maximize your potential as a Guardian Druid, you say you pull 4 or 5 mobs, tap target between them. Try to get your Moonfire up on all of them. Increase your damage. That'd be just help your team out a lot. Other than that, Mangle is a single target high damage ability. This also has a proc chance to do more damage. Same with the Moonfire. So you'll see that it'll highlight. So use those, prioritize those when they are highlighted. Maul again, we're not going to use, but that's all the abilities. And it's really easy. There isn't really, you'll get the hang of it, like when Moonfire's procs, it's like it does a strong ability. You kind of want to use that. That's high damage. If you have damage charts, you can kind of see which ones are doing a lot of damage. So this one, this is my Feral. Just kidding. But that's all you have to kind of look at. Just like, okay, what's doing a lot of damage? And then kind of prioritize those. Now, so we have 4 abilities, maybe 5 attacking abilities. We also have 4 defensives, not very difficult. The one that you can use you know, as many times as you want. It's a low cooldown. You don't have to stress about popping it, you know, popping your cooldown too often. Is Bark Skin. Reduces damage by 20% for 12 seconds. Very good, you know. So this is one of our defensive cooldowns. Use it on trash poles. Use it whenever you want. Not a big deal. Now our big one, Survival Instincts. We have 2 charges of this. Very strong. Reduces damage by 50%, but for 6 seconds. So you really need a time when you're going to use this. Sometimes I use it when it's just like, oh, I pulled too much. Our healer's struggling. I'm going to Typhoon the mob. I'm going to run away. Or like maybe I can't Typhoon, maybe it's off cooldown or whatever, and I'm taking damage and I'm about to die. I'm going to pop this Survival Instincts, give our healer a chance to get me up, as well as I'm probably going to use my own personal heal. So that's very strong. Another one this should be used for when Mythic Pluses comes out. You need to be timing, you need to be saving Survival Instincts for these bosses' main abilities. Sometimes they will use an ability that targets just the tank and with a high damage. And this is same for Mythics. When you're running Mythics, these will be the case. So there's our Survival Instincts. 4-minute recharge for each one. So you need to kind of use it sparingly. Frenzy Regeneration. So awesome. Frenzy Regeneration, as I believe, used to in Legion, you pop this and it's going to heal you, and it will heal you even more, especially it was related to the amount of damage you were taking. So you kind of had to time it at a certain time when you're taking a lot of damage for it to get the maximum amount of heals. It's easier now. Heals you for a flat percentage. I'm not sure. Hopefully if someone's really good with Guardian Druid, you can tell me if this is affected by Mastery, because that would be amazing. So it's a 24 percentage, and it's affected, if it's affected by Mastery, just increases. Really good. So this one has a 32-second cooldown. I wouldn't say use it sparingly. Use it. Help your healer out. Obviously, use it. But there are times when you want to use it. Here's my health pool right here. Sorry. I kind of use this for, you know, whatever. Do not use it, since it's a percentage of your health. Do not use it when you're full health or when you're taking moderate damage. This is used for when you're taking a crap ton of damage and you need to help out your healer. Okay? Or you're predicting you're going to take a lot of damage, maybe from a boss ability. You know, pop it right after. Because you don't want to waste any of it. It's really quickly. Let me see what damage. Over 3 seconds. So that means like every second it's doing a lot. You don't want to waste a second of it. But you can use it kind of whenever you want, whenever you're low. Very good ability. I like it. Iron Fur. Oh, and I'm sorry. Frenzy Regeneration is one of our only 2 abilities, defensive abilities that uses our Rage. And it's only 10 Rage, so very easy to do. Just with your rotation, you have plenty of Rage, you know, so you should be able to pop Frenzy Regeneration whenever you want. But if you do need something, if you do need Rage, make sure you do a Mangle or Thrash to generate it. Okay, Iron Fur, 45 Rage. It's a little bit harder to work up to, but this needs to be cast on cooldown. Increases your armor by a crap ton, which armor reduces the damage done, or damage. It reduces damage from melee hits and stuff like that, which is a lot of boss fights. So this needs to be done off cooldown. This can stack, which is really great, but just use that. You're not going to be using your Rage on Maul most of the time. Okay, that's it. Very simple. 4 abilities, 4 attacks, 4 defensives. Now let's go over the utility. I really enjoy the Bear for the utility and the interrupts, because the interrupts are so strong, or so important this patch. So one of our interrupts I have right down here, Intimidating Roar, and this is what we talented into. This casts like a fear. So this is our AoE interrupt. Or think of it also as, hey, I'm taking a crap ton of damage and I'm about to die. Use that. It kind of like fears them in place, but it stops them damaging you. It lets you get a distance between, you know, get away from them that you can heal or get healed. Very important. Also, another thing we talent into was the Typhoon. Typhoon is a pushback. Very important. This is an interrupt, but it also interrupts hard casts. So let's say somebody is casting something that is a hard cast. It may not. It's not. You cannot interrupt it with a single target interrupt. But this Typhoon is a displacement movement, so that will actually interrupt some of these mechanics, some of these adds that use this ability. You'll find some, and you'll learn through the dungeons that some cannot be typhooned. Sorry, I'm losing my words here. Other than that, we do have our single target interrupt, which is Skull Bash. And then, of course, if you are Tauren, such as myself, we have War Stomp, which is just crazy. All of these CCs, it's just awesome. I love being Tauren. I love being the Druid with those because it really, really helps out. You can kind of control the momentum of the group because you can, contribute so much with the CCs to the group. Especially when you find some characters aren't using their interrupts. And it's a bummer because a lot of those interrupts can be important and helpful to interrupt to help your healer, especially, and to help people stay alive, individuals stay alive. Okay, other than that, the only thing else you need to know about is our taunt. This will be used mostly. I guess you can taunt far away adds, especially if you're losing aggro, if you need to gain aggro. I kind of use my Moonfire on those and then kind of get into them and then just thrash them. But use this mostly, let's say you're pulling people and somebody pulls aggro from you. That's your taunt, okay? Just, but make sure your taunt is kind of a longer cooldown. So, there it is. I hope you guys enjoyed this. For those of you that have stayed after, I do have something special to watch the whole video. I appreciate you guys, and I appreciate your thumbs up. Appreciate all you guys are doing, and that's why I want to help you guys as much as possible. What I've done is I have actually made a Google Documents of all the boss fights, the Mythic boss fights. As you go through them the first few weeks before Mythic Pluses, you're going to notice that a lot of people just overgear the dungeon and are not following mechanics, okay? You're going to have a heads up on them when Mythic Plus comes out because you're actually going to know the mechanics and understand them. Sorry. You're going to know the mechanics and you're going to understand them, right? So I'm going to give you my Google Documents, very easy to use, and you'll be able to see all the boss fights. Use it while you're running your dungeons. When you come to a boss and you say, if someone has a question, you look it up. So that's for you guys to use. There are some things in there. The boss name might not be on there. I might use a different name, such as the healing boss, which is the healer needs to heal this boss, such like that. But I really hope you guys enjoy this video. I am new to Guardian Druid, so please, if you are experienced and enjoy this video, or you have some tips, maybe talent changes that you think would help the community, please leave those comments. I really do appreciate those comments. I'm not gonna get trolled or anything. Like I don't care. It's all cool. But thank you guys. Hope you guys enjoy, and good luck with your Guardian Druids. Good luck in the Mythics and the Mythic Pluses and the raids in the future. I hope you guys are enjoying BFA. Bye.